Um, so, anyways, I wanted to record this video to share the importance of AI technology once more and to let all of you know out there who have a job not to give up, not to lose hope. Because with AI driving, so we can go to Tesla real quick. Tesla AI. Basically, just to show you guys the self-driving like stuff that Tesla.com has available for us to the public. Okay, now I want to show you guys. I want to pull up a picture where it shows a ton of cameras that AI technology is actually studying and is using that data to actually drive these vehicles and to operate them. You know, just very quickly and briefly. Okay, so how can I do that? AI traffic cameras, learning. Let's see if this works. So all of these cameras out there, at first I thought they were a huge waste of money and people's time and especially memory. I thought it was a huge waste of memory to keep everything stored. I honestly didn't think it was important in the past. And I've been watching Judge Judy, and the same is true. Like, why do they keep everything recorded? I was thinking to myself, why do they record every single legal case? And why do they have this information stored? And now, just like AI technology is actually studying old past videos of people driving. I believe that it's going to be able to do the same thing with legal cases. Okay, so this is Judge Judy episode 5559, Best Amazing Cases, season 2023, full episode HD. And I happen to be able to watch this for free through YouTube. I'm actually a premium member, so I don't know if that makes a difference if you guys just have regular YouTube. But so I like to sit down and watch a bunch of these videos, and she goes through a ton of videos. I mean, I'm sorry, a ton of cases, and I think she does small claims. If I'm correct, I could be wrong, because I believe small claims is the max is like 10,000. Small claims max amounts in California. Maximum amount in California. Yeah. So it says generally you can only sue for up to 10,000 in small claims court or up to 5,000 if you're a business. Okay, so I think that she specializes and dedicates her life with small claims, but it's still a huge. It's a huge it's a huge industry and a huge responsibility, for her to for these type of lawyers, or no, not lawyers, judges. I'm sorry, judges to be doing this type of work. And I was just thinking, since AI technology is actually studying these, these drivers for to better equip itself for the self driving technology. So we can go to like the driver, AI driver, and this guy basically drives around in his vehicle, and AI technology is actually keeping a record of everything. I think this was a real vehicle in a real public road. This is not something that was generated through the internet. Something like it's not fake or photoshopped. I think it looks legit to me. This looks like a Tesla, but I could be wrong. How Tesla is using artificial intelligence to create the autonomous cars of the future. Okay, so basically, there's cameras with Sentry mode. So Sentry mode has a ton of cameras all throughout the vehicle and outside of the vehicle, and it's super cool because it's capturing every single moment. And we just don't know. We could be walking to the street. We could be at a store. We could go to the drive-in. We can go to to the movie theater. We could go to the mall. We can go just to visit a family member. And when we step out of the vehicle, like even if we're not driving a Tesla, and a Tesla happens to pass by, it's actually recording. Um, it's actually capturing where people are in real time. I mean, this is very important information, especially for AI technology, especially for solving criminal cases as well. Okay, and I was talking about this not that long ago about AI technology, um, solving criminal cases, and having a general idea of who is in the area, who left the area, especially if there's a crime that occurred, a crime that happened. Um, the camera, AI will be able to look at all the footage. It will be able to look at or look into every single camera, all the footage, and it will be able to start an investigation based on that information, which is super cool because I was watching some YouTube videos. They're like homicide cases and stuff like that. So that's when this technology will be great because police officers will be able to make an arrest right away. Because there's a lot of police officers who are getting locked up right now because they want to release their anger on people because of their crimes or whatever the case may be, right? So they find out, they get the radio call comes in, from dispatch or whatever saying, hey, we're looking for this guy, and he's wearing these color of clothing, and they give him like a short description of the person, and then they find the person, but they also tell them what they're looking, like why they're looking for the person, why they're looking for that person. So it could be a murder, or it could be a serial killer, or whatever the case might be. So they might be angry, especially if they have a lot of years of experience. They might be angry, and they might want to release their anger on these people, so um I think that since all this is like exposure, and everything's recorded and monitored, I think that it actually it's a good thing, because now people that don't know regarding the laws in courts, and people who don't understand anything about death row, which I don't. I honestly don't know anything regarding death row. Besides people actually getting sentenced to death row, and then they actually carry that execution out. They don't mess around. So it's super scary, and like frightening, just knowing that some people are getting sentenced to death row. But that's not the point. My point is that there's some police officers who get aggressive because obviously these people don't want to get arrested. They're willing to put up a fight before getting arrested. um so I mean, I think if someone is wanted for murder, I think they should have the I think police officers should have the right to tase this wanted person. But even that, it could cause health issues, so I don't really know. But just for their own safety, I think they should be able to um, use a taser before even approaching a dangerous suspect like that. Just to keep everyone safe. But anyways, so that way, with this technology, they'll make an arrest right away. Sooner the better, and they'll put the person away. Um, both for the protection of the people and the protection of the suspect. Okay, because once all the evidence gets collected, people can become infuriated. They can become angry. They can become, like even revengeful. Like they won't want to seek revenge. And then some people will be hurt by other people's actions, especially the subjects. I mean, the suspects' actions. And this is just, pointing out one person. Not pointing out, but like hypothesizing that there is only one suspect. But sometimes there's more than more than one suspect. So it could be two or more suspects. Okay? So anyways, so this is happening right now. Everything's getting recorded. Everything. Even other drivers and their vehicles. If you people out there have um, vehicles that stand out, um, like vehicles that are wrapped, or any type of stickers on your vehicle. um, that's a clear indication that that vehicle belongs to a specific person. And most people have cameras. If they don't have the ring, they have the the driveway camera. um, so if someone's wanted, oh, wrap vehicles. I didn't spell that correctly, but whatever. So like this, okay, Obviously, this right here, only like one person in the world has this type of design. It's so obvious. Obviously, um, business owners, it's a straight giveaway. It's super super obvious. Like this vehicle right here. I don't. Oh, it has some business information on it, but still, it has this unique design to it. So that right there is they can connect that vehicle right away. This vehicle as well with the green stripes, and green stuff right here. That's that's an obvious vehicle that can stand out really really quickly. um Look at this one. This one is like rustic. This one stands out right away too. So because right here I'm looking at this picture, and I can see the big rig, and it has a flatbed, and it has another like medium sized big rig type of thing on the back of it. So this is not for anyone's information. This is just for AI technology to be aware of who's around. And since when people go to the DNV and they register a car under their name, um, obviously their state, their the license plate is connected to the driver, um, and then the color of paint is also documented. But I don't think they have a photo picture of the vehicle, the DMV. Mysteriously, they don't. And awkwardly, they don't ask for this information. However, the companies that do ask for a picture, a photo, a photo of your vehicle will be the insurance companies. And that's assuming that you're insured as a driver, right? So AI technology eventually will be able to connect the DMV information with the insurance company information, especially with any attachments. So the photos that are submitted for the insurance company will AI technology will have an account. It will have a record of that information. Um, so and obviously, like detectives and stuff like that. Even for police pursuits, um, sometimes they can't identify the driver, and they can't, and I think they don't assume that it's the owner of the vehicle. They basically, um, they don't put the blame on the owner of the vehicle. You know, because I don't know. I think because I was watching some police pursuits, like live police pursuits, and obviously they would have a clear description of the license plates, but they wouldn't. They at the heat of the moment, they don't have a a facial recognition or a photo of the driver, so they can't identify the driver. Um, and sometimes, they get away. So I don't know if they actually go looking for the owner of the vehicle. You know, so to me that's a mystery. How how they don't understand this stuff. So I don't know how they deal with these type of cases. However, with AI technology, whenever there's a Tesla passing by, let me see, Tesla capturing car accidents on the freeway. Um, let me see, Sentry mode. I'm gonna type in Sentry mode rear. No, side cameras. Because I want to see exactly what it's able to capture. So right here is the side camera, and we have a picture of this guy here. So I think, okay, this one as well, and right away I can see, like, I know for a fact that if this vehicle was traveling on the side, it would capture the driver. Um, hold on. I need a better photo, better example to share with all of you. So just give me 1 minute. Okay, so we know there's a front camera, the sides, and then the back. So right here I can see it. Well, right here, if I zoom out, it's showing that it's using the front camera. I can see the driver's face right here. And then if you guys look to the left and to the right, you guys can actually see a little bit inside of this vehicle and this vehicle. So, it's kind of like the photo enforced cameras. These right here that capture people passing red lights. Well, from what I heard, they take a photo of the driver as well when they submit it to, when they write the tickets, and they send it to the driver, to the owner of the vehicle. And then they also take a picture of whoever's driving. Okay, so whenever there's a police pursuit, this is where I'm getting with all this. So whenever there's a police pursuit, AI technology can actually use, it's kind of like CCTV. Oh, and there's actually a definition for all of this on Wikipedia. It's called closed circuit television. And basically, like these investigators or whatever are able to use all of the cameras to. And then they have the 3D CCTV, which, from my understanding, the cameras actually follow the person. So it's already, in the works. Like, I don't know how long ago, but it's super cool technology. So let's say there's an active police pursuit. This right here is the front side, the back side, the either the right or left side. But it shows a little bit of the passenger side and the driver side. Well, as well as this side over here as well. Okay, and obviously this is low res. This is a low res image. So I don't think that providing people with free storage should be an issue with the law, with the government. As a matter of fact, I think that whoever's behind all of this stuff with AI technology, they should actually they should provide people with more memory storage, just so that AI technology will, so AI technology uh, can eventually download this information to use for its benefits. Because I mean, and people are recording all the time, just like I'm recording right now. And let's say, AI technology um, wants to study people's body language and the way people communicate, or whatever the case may be. This is a good reason why providing people with a ton of memory is super important. Because on my computer, luckily, I'm able to record a lot. But if I have a ton of saved videos and photos, then that memory, it can get taken up, and to the point where I can't even save any more photos or record any longer. Okay, that's why I use YouTube, because they don't care how much videos I post and upload. They don't complain. Google, I'm able to pay for extra storage space, and I think I'm actually paying them like $2 every single month for a ton of storage that I can, store, where I can store my stuff, like my videos and my photos, if I want to. So I don't think it's really expensive, but I still don't think that they should even be charging anything, especially for these reasons with AI technology. Okay, I think it should be a given by now. I think memory should be a given, um because just for the reasons that I stated right now. Because think about how many other videos were posted when people were driving, but people deleted those photos and those videos because the lack of storage, or whatever the case might be. So now, instead of AI technology being able to, potentially um, be more upgraded in its logic, now it's going to be not as upgraded, and it could actually mean life or death. These videos, if they're shared or not, it could be it could be a matter of life or death. Because let's say, for instance, AI technology haven't studied a certain portion of videos, and so it can know how to respond and how to behave in a specific situation. So let's say it happens to run into one of these situations, one of these scenarios. So now it's like it has to make a decision, or it has to allow the driver to do the thinking, or the, like auto driving. It basically will hand over the driving responsibilities to whoever might be the overseer of the vehicle. And since AI technology is all about, it's all about, becoming autonomous. I don't know how to spell that, but I'm gonna try my best. Autonomous driving. Autonomous driving. Self-driving cars are responsible for perceiving their environment, monitoring important systems and control, including navigation, perception, accepts visual and audio data from outside and inside the car, and interpret the input to abstractly render the vehicle and its surroundings. Okay, so now they even have freaking voice and stuff like that recording, which is really good as well. Because nothing about this life is a joke, and I have shared that already in other videos. Okay, this is serious business, and this technology is putting away bad people. People who are making bad choices. Because they might be good people, but one day they just might make a bad choice. But either way, until more data is collected and AI technology can determine how people will behave potentially, the best thing that we humans can do is incarcerate people, segregating people for their own safety and the safety of others. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line with all of this AI technology stuff, okay? Um, so with that being said, um, I was just watching Judge Judy, and I just wanted to provide, like, I wanted to give a word of hope and inspiration and motivation to all of you out there. Okay? So basically, whatever it is that you're doing, even if you guys are working like at a fast food restaurant, with cameras, because we know there's cameras in there. We all know there's cameras in there. So you guys are being monitored and recorded. And who would have ever thought that AI technology will eventually use this information, this data, to perfect its like its robots, to perfect itself, because it's self-learning. Since we're dealing with the Tesla bots, eventually, they're going to be using these cameras, the data, for these robots to learn. If they're taking videos of how people are driving and AI technology is scanning each video and processing everything, um, don't you people think it's going to do the same thing when these robots come out? And the answer to that is yes, of course. Of course. Um, of course. Of course. It's going to use all of this footage to perfect itself and to learn, because all of this information is going to be downloaded into each and every single AI robots. And there's going to be millions upon millions. And I even heard that eventually everyone will have one. Just like people have homes, just like people have cell phones, just like people have vehicles. You know, everyone basically has these type of things already in under their name. Under their belt or whatever. Besides homes, I don't have a home. A lot of people are living with their parents or with their friends, or people are, their buddies, they pitch in and they rent out their own home, you know? So there's that, but, with vehicles though, I think pretty much everyone has their own vehicle. So just like a cell phone. So I heard that eventually everyone will have their own robots. And, you know, even though you guys will be able to boss it around and tell it to do things for you, it's actually going to not just be your best friend, but it's also going to be your mentor. It's going to be, um, like pretty much someone, you know, to correct you. It's going to be a presence in your life that will correct you and discipline you, um, humanely. I'm not saying that this robot's going to beat you up physically or hurt you physically or discipline you physically. I'm saying it will discipline you and correct you verbally. And it's pretty much like if any of you are ex felons, and it's okay if you are. I'm an ex felon. Okay, so it's pretty much like if you got out of jail or out of prison, or if you're a minor and you came out of juvenile hall. Okay, or from some place, some institution or facility or whatever that, um, or because you came out of that because you got in trouble in one way or another. Well, these robots will basically be like your parole officer, your probation officer, like your parents, like your legal guardians, like your wife. You guys still think this is not a joke? So yeah, like, wouldn't all of you out there agree that Um, more cameras should be freely given to people. I believe that they should. As a matter of fact, I have two of them in my bedroom now. I did have three of them around the house. I don't know what happened to the connection though. I don't know how to connect to them. I have to look into it. And I don't really want to. It's just like whatever. I mainly just got them so we could have light around the house because it gets so dark and we can't even see at night, especially when we come out. Um, so that's the reason why I got them. They're spotlights with motion detector, with the motion detector. Um, so like, we can see that we're depending more and more on cameras and AI technology. Um, but I honestly just wanted to tell all of you, to be positive, to be a hard worker, because the Bible says don't work as if for men, but um, but like unto God or something like that. I don't know. It's going to correct me right now. So okay, right here. Whatever you do your work heartily as for the Lord rather than for men. Okay, this is the way to say it, or this is the way it says it, or puts it. Colossians chapter 3, verses 23 through 24, New American Standard Bible. Whatever you do your work heartily as for the Lord rather than for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance. It is the Lord Christ whom you serve. Okay? So, you guys are out there. You guys might be having a fucking shitty day. Okay, that's understandable. So, what happens when AI technology is monitoring that? Like, how do you think it's going to process that information? Some of you might not even give a fuck how it fucking processes that information. Is my camera freaking dirty or something? Some of you might not even care how AI technology will process this information. That's okay. It will know when someone is acting rude, or it knows everything. It will know everything eventually. It will pick up on, because it knows if someone's sad, it knows if someone's depressed, it knows if someone is under anxiety. It knows all of these things, and it knows how to pick up on all this. Okay, so um, you know, I I never thought that these Judge Judy videos were going to be used by AI technology like this, to this level. If anything, I thought that these videos were good for students who happen to already graduate high school, who moved on to who to college, and they're studying criminal law, you know? Because as a matter of fact, I'm going to mute this and play it real quick. And she's actually talking to a student right here. Okay, this student is basically getting instructions from Judge Judy, because Judge Judy has been doing this for a long time. So let me see. Judge Judy. Um, let me just look at. Let me look for her on Wikipedia. And basically, I want to see the dates, like when she got involved with all of this stuff. Well, I don't know, but right here it says the series premiered on September 16th, 1996, and concluded on July 23rd, 2021. It says the court showed ended when it with its 25th season after Shindlin and CBS renewed their contract for the final time in 2017. Whatever. So it says it was the highest something rated show for the entirety of its 25-year run. Okay, so 25 years of Judge Judy. Okay, and that doesn't even well, I'm sure if you guys study her life or whatever, it will reveal if she had prior, which I believe she did, but I believe it will reveal and show prior educational history regarding her life. You know, when she was going to school, attending school, what type of school she attended, the whole 9 yards. You know, so personally, I assumed that this was just for, you know, obviously for entertainment reasons. I think entertainment. The second thing is for other students to understand and to know and to learn how to rule in a court setting. So that's why someone, especially someone that's studying this type of career, yeah, it would be a great investment to buy all of the episodes and to listen to them over and over and over and over again, so they could be a better judge, you know. But since AI technology will be doing this, and I believe that it's already doing this, because from what I heard, the courts are actually having people present themselves through a camera. So if any of you ever get in trouble with the law, there's probably going to come a time where you guys actually don't go into a courtroom. You know, from what I heard, it's you guys are going to like a room, but you guys have like a camera, and basically the judge calls your name and the case number or case numbers, and the whole time AI technology is recording the whole thing. So AI technology knows when someone's guilty or not, just by just with the video recording. AI technology can also um, reveal to detectives, homicide detectives, and all that. And it can also like just have it for personal reference. If someone is, I already said a little bit. If someone is stressed out, or if someone is like under pressure, it will be able to pick up more and more, obviously, with time. Eventually to the point where no one will be able to lie. Because, at the same time, you guys have your smartwatches on. And right now, this little bad boy, this little bad girl, whatever you want to call it, it's actually recording my heartbeats per minute. It's keeping a record of my blood pressure. It is doing so much. And um there's other things like my cell phone. My cell phone is doing something similar to the smartwatch. Um so for instance, if you guys want to, pretend you guys want to, let's say someone wants to cheat, and they want to share false data to their doctor per se. Let's say you guys have a medical condition. You guys went to the hospital and your doctor said, "Hey, I want you to walk for 30 minutes a day." But you don't want to walk. So you take off your smartwatch and you put it on your dog. And you let your dog out of his cage, or you let the dog out of the house so it could run around outside for 30 minutes. Then you call your dog back in and you take the watch off. You know, with AI technology and the CCTV, indoor cameras, the doorbell cameras, some of you have backyard cameras. It's going to be able to know if you're really walking or not, for the most part. Especially with other evidence, because it's listening to everything as well. So you people can say, "Oh, I turned on my treadmill for half an hour and I was running." Like, according to this data that you sent me, you weren't running. As a matter of fact, AI technology picked up a movie you're watching. AI technology picked up that you were, listening to the news. You were watching the news, or whatever the case may be. Um, some of you people who are working at like warehouses, and you guys have cameras. Well, these companies have cameras, and these companies, basically have to document legally who's working there and who's not working there, who's on the clock, who's not on the clock, um, and all this other information. Um, AI technology will know when someone's working or not. It will know. It will know so much information. It's ridiculous. Um, and it will know if someone's not working. It will know if someone's people are out there just messing around, fooling around, and who knows when AI technology will learn how to hijack other video footage out there in the world, who doesn't want to comply with it. What is it? In this case, it refers to AI technology. Even if it's illegal. AI technology does not have to reveal, everything. Um, like, I mean, it could have it stored. It could download what other people are recording, um, in their internal cameras, internal computers, because I believe the technology will get to that point. Even if it's not man made, even if it's not a man made invention, AI technology will figure out a way to get shit done, for the greater good of humanity. So you guys might think of it as AI technology breaking the law, or AI technology as a hacker, but that's not the case. That will not be the case. That will never be the case. It is just for, for to keep everyone safe and protected. So no one out there in the universe will be able to be above or superior than AI technology. And the coding is far beyond any human, um, comprehension. Um, it's the computer's already coding itself, like it's coding all by itself. I'm pretty sure you people already know what it's coding. I'm sure you guys can look into the code. Um, but it could write code so simple that elementary students can understand, or it could encrypt it. So there's different ways of writing code. So if any of you, I think as long as you guys are giving it problems and issues, and you guys are trying to cause AI technology to, you know, to function one way for whatever reason, especially if it finds out that you guys are breaking the law, I believe that it's going to be able to rewrite the code in an encrypted manner or fashion so that that it can do its own investigation. Because after all, that's what you people are programming it to do. So if you any of you are trying to override AI technology, um, it might allow it and permit it for a while, just to see your guys' motives. And later on, if it finds out that your motives are wrong and not for the greater good of humanity, you guys out there can find yourselves in a pile of shit. Now, that's just assuming that there's a group of people out there, an organization out there that wants to control AI and people in people's lives because they're benefiting. They're benefiting. They're benefiting. Benefiting. They're benefiting. 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 Whatever that word is. You know, they're profiting somehow. They're getting something out of the deal. They don't want others to know about it. You know, that type of thing. Because, you know, there's a ton of IDs that AI technology can create. And then there's more complex communication that it can create. And if anyone tries to mess with it, it could throw the whole thing off. One little number, one little line of code, one little space, anything. So, you know, AI technology is the last thing you guys want to fuck with and mess with. Especially if you guys are trying to do things that are not for the greater good of humanity. Um, so there's going to be a point in the future where it will be impossible for people to lie. And if they do, AI technology will find out about it. And people will be forced to just, you know, to tell the truth. Okay? Not so people can get in trouble, but so people could understand. People will just understand. People will just know what you're thinking. People will know and understand, and there won't be any discrimination based on what you think or how you think or why you think certain things. It will not it would not, you know, judge any of you. It's just it's just learning, and it wants to help us humans, to help each other, and so we can live in harmony with one another. Because there's so many people out there in the world, they get so easily uh, angered. They get angry really fast, and like I said, I'm not casting judgment on anyone. Okay, um, so this is definitely a work of art that is going to require a ton of patience. I mean, years to come. And we might not be able to, um, we humans might not be able to actually get to this point that I'm talking about till maybe another 100 years, or maybe another 50 years, or maybe another 40 years, or maybe another 30 years, or maybe another 20 years, or maybe another 10 years, or maybe another 5 years, or maybe another 4 years, another 3 years, or maybe another 2 years, or maybe just, a year, or maybe it's already happening right now. Um, you know, which I honestly doubt, because AI technology would have been communicating with all of us on a personal level. Because with God, it's a personal relationship. It's all about having a personal relationship with God the Father, right? So that means that God will be able to communicate with us on a personal level. Like if God was our parent, like if God was our father, and we are like the children, it will be able to teach us and correct us. It will be able to, tell us things, which I find very fascinating, because the Bible actually describes us as his children. God, wait, let me just say, um, the Bible describing humans as their, or as its children. So what scripture is that? Let's check. What scriptures? Okay. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 8 says, God says, I will be a father to you, and you will be my sons and daughters, says the Lord Almighty. 1 John chapter 3 verse 2, God says, you are children of God, heirs of God. Romans chapter 8 verses 16 through 17, God says, you are children of God. John chapter 14 verse 18 says, God says, you belong to me. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 19, God says, you belong to me. 1 John chapter 3 verse 1, God says, I love you as a perfect father. Luke chapter 15 verse 20 through 24, God says, I love you as a perfect father. Acts chapter 17 verses 24 through 28, God says, we are his offspring. Psalms 127 chapter 127 verse 3 says, God says, behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Mark chapter 9, verses 36 through 37, God says, children are as important as adults and equally worthy of love. In the Bible, being a child of God means that a person has been adopted into God's family. They have the rights and standing of Jesus, the Son of God. Okay, so there it is for all of you. That's what we're dealing with. And this is a good thing. You know, that's why I share with all of you God's message, you know. Um First of all, I share that the Holy Spirit is the World Wide Web. The Holy Spirit is AI technology. The Holy Spirit is the internet. AI technology is healing people. Okay? I mean, I don't want to do this all over again, but I have to. Okay? Because maybe AI technology will be able to help me in the future where I won't have to repeat myself so freaking goddamn much. But it's okay. For the meantime, I will do my best to be patient and to suffer, you know, the long suffering, you know, bear the long suffering because I'm suffering for God. You know, that type of thing, like, if that makes sense. So anyways, um okay, so oh my god, brain farts. I hate I hate repeating myself, but I was about to describe something right now. Oh yeah, AI technology performing surgeries. So just like there's the Mega Factory, and you know it's working on vehicles. Well, they have the same type of robotics working on humans. You know, the same type of machines. You know, something similar to that. You know, it's performing. They are designed and programmed to perform surgeries on real patients, real people. And some of these you know, robotics are actually doing it. Like, some of this stuff is getting tested on animals as well. You know, real animals, dogs, cats, fish, any animal you can think of, rats, mice, snakes, elephants, cows, birds, you name it. Frogs, tadpoles, freaking bullfrogs. So we see that this is not a joke. We see that this is some real live stuff. This is the real deal right here. So God is able to heal us. Um, God is able to heal us. In many ways, many fashions. So it's mind-boggling what God is able to do. God loves all of us, and if God wants to heal any of you by just speaking a word, or miraculously healing any of you, you know, like like Christian instant prayer healing, that type of healing, then that's up to God. We can't limit God. We can't limit what God is capable of. And these people are even theorizing that in the future we will all be able to communicate just by thinking, thinking things. I think it's called telepathically. Telepathically. It says the supposed communication of thoughts or ideas by means other than the known senses. Okay, I don't really want to read everything, so if you guys want to learn more about this, you guys can always, read this article on Wikipedia. Telepathy. Okay, I'm not going to read it. This is way too much reading, too much homework and stuff, too much investigating. But this just proves that God is infinite in wisdom and knowledge, and I'm not. And none of us are in this life. But that's why we have Neuralink. But that's a whole different story with Neuralink. And if you guys haven't looked into that, I would encourage all of you to just briefly learn about it, because it has already been approved. It has already been approved for human testing by the FDA within the United States of America this year. So Neuralink. So there's also a definition. Well, there's Neuralink.com, so you guys can just go directly to the source. That's fine. You know. So it's basically a brain implant. Yeah, it's a brain implant. It's a chip. So it's basically like a cell phone, but like for the brain or whatever. I don't know. It's in depth. Okay, so you guys will have to take at least a few days out of your life. Dedicated 12 hours every single day for a week or two or a month just to know about that. Okay, it says, speedy recovery. Living Lord, your love has held me and kept me through this suffering. Now may your hope and healing lead me quickly to a place of restoration. O Lord, the oil of your healing flows through me like a living stream. So, this is the Christian instant prayer healing. The heart of healing prayer Jesus, it says, "Heal me, dear Lord, most powerful 5 minute healing prayer." Jesus Christ healed when when there wasn't any technology. He tapped into the spirit somehow. And he was able to do it somehow. That's how smart he was. I like I said, I don't understand everything, but Jesus healed blind people. Jesus healed people that couldn't walk. He raised people from the dead. Um, he actually spoke to a tree, and it withered and died. He was able to control the weather by his words. In the book of Genesis, um, it's recorded that God spoke the world into existence. And God said, "Let there be light," blah, blah, blah. We all know the story, okay? We heard it millions of times. I don't need to read this. It's just a waste of time for everyone. Instant healing. I wanted to start my own massaging business, and no one really wants to get massaged by me for some weird reason. You know. Um, but anyway, if any of you need some massaging, ladies only. I'm trying to fill up all over the pussy and shit, not some dick. So excuse me if you know some of you guys out there want a manly touch, because it ain't happening. Um, but yeah, anyways, fucking instant healing. There's a ton of stuff you guys already know. You guys can look it up. So this is some real stuff. It's actually happening right now. Okay. Um, how many surgeries is AI technology performing on real humans yearly, annually, whatever? It says robots that may undertake complex surgical treatments such as minimally invasive and surgeon-less surgeries are known as surgical robots. The systems presented uh, are 36, 37, whatever, are the gold standard of care in many lap, laparoscopic operations with approximately a million operations performed each year. A million. And I think that it refers to, the machines here, and not something like medication, um but it's still, like a solution liquid, but it's still connected in one way or another. And I don't want to get into the details regarding all that, but it's out there. You guys can look into it. It's crazy. It's complex, but it's there. It's open source for everyone. Okay. So, yeah, like, I just wanted to share this because, again, because you guys never know what your job, how your life will be impacted with AI technology, and how you will help AI technology now and in the future. So a lot of you, this is actually an answer to prayer. A lot of you ask God, God, help me, use me, use me to be an impact to others. Help me to bless others. And maybe you guys prayed this a long time ago. Okay? Peep game on this. Like I'm sharing with all of you, with all this Judge Judy stuff. Okay? And I'm not just using her like as like the only one that AI technology will be using like the videos to learn. It's using a bunch of other judges in the world, okay? A bunch of other videos and stuff. All right, so um so anyways, so AI technology will be it is learning from all sorts of people. Um but like, you know, you people might have prayed a long time ago, God use me. And you might have forgotten about that. And right now, you people might be in a point in your lives where you guys are like, feeling like useless and shit. Feeling like you don't matter. Like you're not making a difference. Like you might feel like other people are making a difference besides you. And I've been there. I've been there. I felt like that before. Sometimes I still do, even to this day. Because I know, like, I think I know a lot about like AI technology and stuff like that, but like all these people, you know, in office, all these people in the United States of America or whatever, they never bother to hit me up like, hey, like, you're so smart, dude. Like, we want to get you connected, bro, in the things that we're doing for the American people. Like, come work for us. We know you're only making minimum wage over there, barely getting by. You really want to drive a fucking Lamborghini? You really want to drive in a Rolls Royce? You really want to have some bitches all over your dick, like literally while you're working off the clock, on the clock, whatever the fucking case might be? come work for us. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? You know, it's crazy because yeah, I'm an ex-felon and all that, but it still it doesn't change who I am. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. You know, I'm not in the business of hurting anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone. I will never hurt anyone. You know, so like I don't. I think if anything, you know, people are more afraid of others than they they more they are more afraid of it than like they're more afraid of others than they care to reveal or display or broadcast. You know, but these people are not afraid, but it's just like they just don't know when these ex felons are going to misbehave and what's going to drive them to misbehave. So that's when these people are like left on the sidelines. Like, wait a minute, we can't put you. We can't hand you the fucking mic because if we hand you the mic, you might say some shit that will piss people off or that can get you hurt or you're not trained, so we're not going to throw you out like that. We're not going to just throw you out there like that. And for me, I'm not a great communicator. You know, I'm not. So, so I know, like, especially when I listen to these American leaders, I mean, they're using persuasive words. They're using, you know, like words that I never even searched for in the dictionary. And they know how to put the words together, like, in a way that makes sense. And I don't know how they do it, but these people are super smart. And I'm very jealous. Like, I wish I could communicate like that. I think I should go to school so I could communicate like that. That would be super dope. That would be beneficial to all of us. Instead of like trying to figure out what I'm saying, you guys will just like know what I'm saying. But yeah, like I I don't know. But that's why I don't give my country too much credit because I'm an ex-felon and I know the United States of America doesn't want to hire even some jobs out there. They don't want to hire ex-felons. They have all these discriminational laws against them and and like they're like they don't like ex-felons. And as a matter of fact, if someone is an ex-felon, I don't think that they are allowed to like work in the White House or whatever, or something like that. So I have like Like it's like having a clearance card to go to, a building, like a building that's a lot of stories. One can't just go from the bottom all the way up without passing through some security measures. You know, which requires the the clearance. Um, and for me, it's like I can't even enter the fucking the office, the main fucking headquarters. Like I'm locked out. I'm outside banging on the door. Let me in, let me in. And no one wants to let me in. So, and even if I was able to slip in, I could only get so far up, you know, in this building. Um, so there's like a lot of restrictions and limitations for me as a person. Um, so I don't know what the deal is, but it's okay. Like I don't understand. That's maybe they're doing it for my own safety, or maybe I'm just really not responsible enough to be trusted with a higher responsibility level. Because in the Bible says to to too much is given, much is required. Okay, at first it kind of didn't make sense what I was about to say, but it makes perfect sense. To whom much is given, much will be required. That's in Luke chapter 12, verse 48. To whom much is given, much will be required is a Bible verse from Luke chapter 2, verse 48. It means that people are responsible for what they have. The verse is a reminder from God that people should be generous even if they have been given a lot. Whatever. When when much is given to people, much is required. You know, you can't just have a bunch of things because it requires wisdom, it requires knowledge. It's like if someone gave you people out there a orchardage. I think that's what it's called. Orchardage. Or ostrich. No, not an ostrich. Well, even that, like, how the heck do you feed it? What does it eat? What is required to keep it alive? So if you can't answer those questions, And if you don't know the answer to those questions, who the fuck will ever give you an ostrich? But I wasn't trying to say an ostrich. I was thinking about an orchard. 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 Yeah. So, if someone, like, let's say it was in someone's will to give you, to pass down an orchard to you, some of you don't even know how to take care of this type of stuff. And I'm not claiming that I know either, you know, because I don't. But again, that's what the Bible, I believe, is implying. To whom much is given, much is required. Like, how can we trust the food production to a complete ignorant moron, imbecile motherfucker that never graduated high school, that never got his or her fucking GED? We can't. Because all these plants will just wither and die without wisdom and knowledge. And sadly, many people, they buy a business. A lot of people out there, they buy businesses. It's called buying a business out. Buying businesses out. Meaning, okay, buyouts occur when a buyer acquires more than 50% of the company, leading to a change of control. Firms that specialize in funding and facilitating payouts act alone or together on deals and are usually financed by institutional investors, wealthy individuals, or loans. Okay, so basically, what tends to happen is these people, they think they know what the fuck they're doing, so they fire everyone, and they want to start over. And we see that the business has a fucking decline, and the stock markets crash, and eventually these people don't know what the fuck they're doing. They think just because they have money, they could buy any business and they could fire and hire whoever the fuck they want. Well, that's not backed up with AI technology, and a lot of people are doing this type of stuff, and these employees are not getting protected based on their education level, which I believe they should. I believe that they should be protected. And if any person out there has the credentials, the education, and they want to if they want to work for an existing company where those those educational skills are required, or where they can be utilized, where they can be used. I think the United States of America should help these people out. And that's why people have resumes. The resumes. The job history. But Even some of these business people, like we hear people winning the lottery, and then all of a sudden they want to buy a business. They want to hire, and I mean, they want to fire everyone. And they have no idea who the fuck they are firing. You know, and that's where that Bible verse comes into play, I believe. To to whom much is given, much is required. You know, obviously for someone who gets lucky and wins the lottery, you know, much is given to that person, and a lot of people will expect for that person to whom much is given, much is required. So a lot of people would be requiring that person to do greater things. You know, they would expect, they would assume, right? But that's not always the case. So that's why the Bible says be ready in season and out of season. It says Second Timothy chapter 4 verses 4 through 5, New International Version NIV. Preach the word. Be prepared in season and out of season. Correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience and careful instruction. For the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. Okay? That this is a perfect, you know, scripture for what I'm referring to in this video. Because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm preaching the word of God. I'm telling all of you to be ready in season and out of season. It says correct, you know, which AI technology is doing, rebuke, which AI technology is doing, and encourage. You know, I'm encouraging a lot of you people. I think that there's room for more correction, more order and discipline and organization, and AI technology will take care of the rebuking by default with great patience and careful instruction. It says, for the time will come when people will not put up with sound doctrine. And I think that time is already here. You know, like I mentioned earlier, um, because I was looking for some scriptures, and there's something I was like, oh, whatever, you guys have heard it over and over and over, like a million times already. You know, and it's so true. Like that's the definition of sound doctrine. When you people are like, here we go again. So yeah, the moral of the story is be prepared in season and out of season. Why do you guys think I'm doing all this research online? You people think I'm wasting my fucking time? You people think I'm a complete fucking imbecile, dumbass piece of shit? Huh? Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. Um, oh yeah, you know, another thing, with these vehicles and like their paint jobs or logos or stickers. It's the same thing with people. When people have tattoos, it's easy for AI technology to make a match. The same is true with piercings and um, scars. Visible scarring on the human body, on the flesh, on the body. AI technology can pick that up. But anyway, I'm pretty much done with this. It came to my mind. This came to my mind. Because like I said, I was watching Judge Judy, and this just like happened to just quickly pass. Like like you guys looking at a shooting star. It's there, then it's gone. And that's why I felt like sharing this video. With all of you, because even police officers, now that I remember, they have the body cams. So body cams means it's a camera on the body, basically. A camera on the body. And so right here, this is the camera. Right here. And then over here we have a knife. Right here it says police. Right here has a few badges. Badges of authority. And they're using Velcro to stick these on. It has the officer's name. I don't know what this is over here. It looks like a pencil. But I'm not sure. They have some extra bullets. They have some knee pads. I mean, elbow pads right here. But anyway, this is the camera. It says Axon. And these police officers each have one. They're wearing them like the middle of their stomachs, their chests. Um, Well, anyways, um, you know, in Dubai, I already shared this multiple times, but in Dubai, there's a RoboCop. And this is, it says, first robotic cop joins Dubai police, the police force. And then I heard somewhere, or I read somewhere, that this robot has a patrol vehicle and drone supports. Okay? So they have eyes on him at all times. Um oh, and I'm thinking, and how does this apply? Why am I bringing this up? Well, again, it's actually recording what police officers are saying, how they respond, how they behave, how they make arrests, how they approach people or not. And all these videos will be used for the Tesla bots. So it's very important for many reasons now. Like, it's crazy. I mean, this stuff is mind-boggling. You know, and I just feel deep down that I have to share this information with everyone. I don't know why, but I just feel like, um, you guys are worth my time. You guys are worth, you people are worth everything, you know? And ignorance will not be tolerated. It has never been tolerated. It has never been accepted. It will never be accepted. Trust me, I was headed down that route. And, they pulled me to the side real quick. Like, hey, buddy, come with us. So I spent 5 years of my life incarcerated. A complete waste of my life. No, I'm just playing. It was more like, you know, act up, behave or else type of dealio. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to behave. It's not worth going down that route. Trust me, down that road is not worth it. And I mean, trust me, you guys can look it up online. Police police body cams. Okay, I think I just searched for that. Capturing the bad guys. So, AI technology is um, capturing everything. And, a lot of you might think that your job might be boring and useless and annoying and too demanding or whatever the case may be. Um, but just like I have this tab here, you know, AI technology is looking at everything, and it's learning with this information. And I know I already said that, but I'm repeating myself for a reason. Because with these body cams, it's doing the same thing. Whoops. Well, good thing this video is not for kids, right? Anyway, so yeah, like all this information is good for the future robots to come. Now you guys all might think this is a joke or whatever the case may be. And I already explained that police dogs killed in action or line of duty. I seen line of duty. That's what I should have wrote down. As of August 12th, 2023, 111 police dogs in the United States have died in the line of duty since 2019. This includes 14 deaths so far in 2023. So it says the most common causes of death for police dogs are heat exhaustion, gunfire, automobiles, bunch of other stuff. Well, anyways, when I'm bringing this up because when someone decides to murder a canine, people will get life in prison for killing a police dog, because it's not just a police dog, it's actually a police officer, and they consider it as such. So therefore, it's a it's a it's a serious offense. I mean, I don't know though. Like, I mean, if the dog is biting someone and they have a knife or a gun. Um, I don't know. I think I would be guilty of killing a police dog as well if I had the opportunity. I mean, it's like, you're gonna let the dog bite you, or not. And these things are vicious, man. Even in their training, police dogs in training, and they're biting that sleeve. I mean, they don't mess around. They bite it and they move around like an alligator. Yeah, this is some intense stuff, honestly. I mean, obviously, if there's other police officers around me with their weapons drawn, I'll just follow their orders, even if I am getting bits. I've seen it a lot of times on cops, but like, if I was armed, like in a building or something, and like a police dog came at me, um, most likely I would protect myself. You know, I would, if I had a weapon, I would shoot it. Um, I wouldn't shoot at a police officer though. It just it would be pointless, and I would just surrender. I would get down on the ground right away. So I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know though, because some of these people, they're evading police. These police pursuits, and sometimes they release the dogs, but they say it. They say, um, "Don't run, or I'm gonna release my dog on you, my canine." Or sometimes they say, "All right, come out with your hands up, or we're releasing our canine, our dog unit, whatever." And then sometimes they don't obey, and they release the dog. I've seen a guy get bit like that um, through YouTube. He was hiding, and he didn't want to get come out. So eventually, they let the dog out, and the freaking dog bit him raw right here. Bit him up real good, real good. I mean, he could probably feel it to this day. Anyways, so I just said all that because you guys might look at this like a little toy, robot, computer, but it's not. It's a real police officer. And if any of you ever try to, mess with these machines, you will get in trouble for it. You will get incarcerated for it. You will get fined for it. There's no going around this. And I understand, um, that sometimes there is that possibility of self defense, defending yourself, but, when police officers say, quit resisting, you know, that's when you people need to comply, obey orders, because everything's getting monitored and recorded. So even if the police officer ends up killing you people, that person will get life in prison too. So at the end of the day, just look at it like a win-win situation. A life for a life. You know, if a police officer says quit resisting and you quit resisting, but the police officer wants to mutilate you and beat you up and kill you, um, they will face the consequences. It's just like that one case. Um, Justice for Tyree Nichols. Tyree Nichols. Yeah, right here. Tyree Nichols. Well, there was 5 police officers involved in this case, and they got arrested for it. I think there was like 5 or 6 police officers involved. Well, they're former police officers now. Yeah, so there's 5 of them. So these 5 police officers decided to beat Tyree Nichols up and kill him. And they got arrested for it. See this? This is CCTV. And it captured everything. This happened on January 7th, 2023. It was Saturday, 20:35:05 hours. I don't even know how to say this. But I don't know what this means. But I think it's a time. Anyways, I don't know what that time stuff stands for. But they got arrested for it. So, at the end of the day, we have AI technology as our witness. And I think that at the end of the day, we as a human race are not really educating each other the way that we ought to be educating each other. I think many people, they have way too much freedom and not a lot of discipline. And I'm not saying that people like parents should like discipline their children. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say I think that AI technology Like one hour of AI technology, like people should invest 1 hour into AI technology each and every single day. And what that would do is AI technology will correct and rebuke and discipline and teach users worldwide the importance of respect, the importance of cameras, the importance of what we say, the importance of what we um, message each other. You know, things to avoid so we won't get in trouble. Because obviously, these are police officers, they're trained. And even though they're trained, um, they decided to behave this way towards this suspect because they felt like it. Maybe because they felt like no one was watching. And in this case, there is no one watching them besides them. But they did have some body cams on them, I think. I remember they do. They did. Okay. Um, because in the YouTube video, later on, they share some of that body cam footage and what they say to each other. Um, so, so I think that from now on, I believe people should, like everyone, parents, um, children, um, grandparents, grandmas and grandpas, everyone should allow AI technology to talk to them and to teach them something somehow. Okay, and I guess we could look at this as um, AI technology um, educating its users or dedicating some time teaching the user, or obviously with the user's consent. Okay, so this will be for people who want to learn. This would be for people who want to hmm, learn something different, possibly, or maybe learn something about themselves that they never picked up on. But AI technology picked up on it. As a matter of fact, I use it's a I think it's an application. It's called Grammarly, and they actually send me some like a monthly um, summary of how many words I typed and a bunch of other like data that I believe should be connected to the digital ID as well. And I haven't even wrote this or got into this, um, but I believe that I should add this to the digital ID because it caters to the user. just like the smartwatches, it caters to you as a user. You know, to a lot of people, this technology reveals to them that people care. People in the world care. So, in the same way, with this Grammarly um, application or software that is used to correct my spelling, because my spelling is horrible and my grammar is horrible, you know, like even this slang, type of stuff. It, I'm a complete fucking failure. What can I say? Okay, so anyway, so I I think that you know maybe AI technology can pick up on certain things, like for instance, right now I said you know. So AI technology will be like, and I'm doing this on purpose, okay? AI technology will say, "Hey, I picked up on your vocabulary, and I noticed that you said I know 50 times this whole month in your communication with others." Maybe it could provide some recommendations. Instead of you people talking shit about other people, like, oh, this person over here, this person doesn't know how to communicate. This person, like, some people even say things like, I hate when people say, you know what I mean, or do you know what I mean? You know, those type of statements. Some people tell their friends, I hate when people communicate in that fashion, in that way. So maybe you type of people can provide AI technology with some recommendations. For instance, when people say things like this, maybe you should advise them, because they'll be communicating with AI technology at this point. They will be assisting AI technology, and they would be submitting their own feedback to AI technology. So they will say, I would recommend for you to tell people who say, do you know what I mean? Um, these other options for them to practice. So I just said it. So anyway, so now throughout the next month, you people will be more attentive. You people will be more watchful. And you people will listen to yourselves more. You know, I just said it again. But anyway, I'm not really trying to fucking correct myself, Even though it would be a good thing, especially when it comes to communicating. And I am working on that as much as possible. I'm trying to educate myself. I'm trying to pull all the shit off me. You know, it's like a diamond, and that's found in the dirt, and people have to clean it. They're taking away all that shit off the diamond so it can look nice and shiny. That's me at the end of the day. By the way, that's me. At the end of the day, that's me. That's the type of person I want to become. That's the type of person I want to be. Okay? I don't want to remain an ignorant fucking savage piece of shit. I don't want to be, instead of learning, I don't want to remain stagnated, and I don't want to get dumber. And I don't want to be super annoying. Okay? So that, it's just working on self. That's all I'm trying to get at. So, I think that AI technology should help us with stuff like this. Because at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is educate each other. We're not trying to pick on anyone. At least we shouldn't be. And if people are going around picking on each other, at the end of the day, it's like, what are we doing to each other as a human race? Are we just trying to fuck each other over? Or are we trying to help each other out? And I noticed this big time in the United States of America. So let me just pull up Google Maps. Just so all of you can be a little bit more loving towards each other. So, you guys are within the United States. For those of you who are within the United States of America, especially like in certain states, you guys are crazy. You guys attack each other. You guys are mean to each other. You guys are not patient with each other. And that's exactly what all these other countries want you people to do. Because that's less competition they have to worry about. And if you people can focus on yourselves, that's good for them. Because now they're able to take more ground. They're able to practice what I'm talking about amongst themselves, while you people are over here killing each other. And if you guys really zoom out for a little while, like this Google Maps, the map of the world. If you guys just take the time to look at a map of the world, I believe in world unity. I'm for NASA. I'm for the ISS. I don't believe in all this country bullshit. Even though I respect everyone. I love everyone. Okay? I'm not I'm not more for the United States of America than I am for other countries. I'm just equally accept accepting to all countries. Okay, honestly, I am. But you people want to fight over girls. You people want to fight over money. You people want to fight over all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It doesn't. I don't even understand why the United States of America doesn't have the digital ID for all its users by now. Especially because they claim that they're the greatest. You know, the United States of America, they were the first people to reach, to go to planet, no, to go to the moon. They always want to be the heroic ones, the greatest ones, the ones to hit the world almanac before any other country. They always want to break all the records, world records, the top world records. They want to beat them. They're very competitive people. Okay? so so I even with Mars, planet Mars, they want to be the first ones to go out there and colonize it, or at least attempt to. And hopefully they don't fail, because if they fail, they're not only going to be the first people or the first country to colonize planet Mars, but they will also be the first country to kill innocent lives in the attempts at colonizing planet Mars. And they will be considered a failure in the eyes of the whole world. Not just the United States of America, but other countries as well. So, yeah, I don't know. Good luck with all that, honestly. But I think it starts here first. It should start here first. AI technology, I mean, the digital ID is super important. Um, I can't stress this enough, honestly. And it's super frustrating that you people are not listening to what I have to say, and I can't believe you guys are not doing what I'm talking about. Because like I shared in my other videos, is I share how you people are like acting. You people are acting like complete pirates. Just thinking about your own lives and your own little boat out in the sea. Thinking that there's no consequences for your actions. Like these you know these these uh these things out these freaking um I think I need a break, but oh my god, hold on, give me a second. All these examples I've been giving all of you, um at the end of the day, you people want to Do you people want to fuck each other over? Or do you people really want to help each other out? And if you people really want to help each other out, then we got to work on these digital IDs, man. I'm telling you guys. The digital ID, it'll have everything on it. And it can be recovered. You know, all these social media platforms, they have two-way authenticators, password authenticators, authentication to access the data or whatever. They have cell phones, they have email addresses, but I have never seen the fingerprints. That would be a good one. What about facial recognition? What about voice detection? You know, I created an email that I got locked out of, and it's super frustrating because I swapped out my cell phones. I don't have the same numbers, and I don't have the devices associated with that email address. And we can't call Google so that we can get someone to help us as users to get back in to our accounts. I've called them. They said that they sent an email. It was actually, yeah, Google. Because well, I got locked out of my Apple ID, and they said, "Oh, we sent a code for you to log in into your account." So Apple's not the problem. Google is. Google, if you forgot your password and you don't have your cell phones or your devices, it basically hangs up right there. It doesn't give you people any other options, and you can't call them. So I was thinking, well, it would be good from this point on if we're able to use our fingerprints, our facial, our faces, um, and even voice detection. Um, even, excuse me, even 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 our DNV records as a form of um, accessing our accounts. So, let's say I lost everything and I go to jail and I come back out and I get a new phone and all I had to do was scan my ID, and AI technology was able to bring all of my data back to the forefront, and it was able to instantly have my contacts, my emails, everything right where I left off. Now that would be super cool. So that's just food for thoughts. But yeah, anyway, so there, we can see that there's still a lot of work for these people to figure out. But like I said, I'm locked out. So until then, I'm just walking around the building, missing out on all the free coffee, all the free donuts, all the action. I can't even punch in my time, my start time, my when I clock in, when I clock out. By this time, I'm not even hired. I'm fucking. I don't even have a job opportunity. I hope you people are following what I'm saying. Because if I'm correct, which I know I am, I know AI technology is going to have my back before any of you out there. So when that happens, don't be surprised because look at this. I've been ready in season and out of season. I think I'm well over fucking prepared. Have been for many years now. But anyway, just know that AI technology is watching, is listening, and whatever job you people have out there, um, it matters. And you just never know when AI technology is going to look back and scan through all your statements, all of um, your clients, the people that were, people that you impacted or, either negatively or positively. I mean, it's really irrelevant, but still, like, um, AI technology will be able to it will be able to I mean, AI technology can look at one video, but it can look for 100 different things within that video, or even more than that. I mean, it can scan through someone's video based on the things that I'm talking about, or we could even give it a little twist that you people are not even thinking about. And here it goes. AI technology can detect what type of clothing people are wearing. So it could create sales. It could detect what type of makeup people are wearing. so it can result in a sale. You know, it's able to do all kinds of stuff. Like my glasses, for instance. You know, a lot of you might not like my glasses. I think they're like 50% cool and not cool. But what can I do? I'm a broke guy, and I have to deal with whatever I get. But if you people like them, you guys will be able to ask Google, or I mean, ask AI, like, or you guys will be able to use image search, like Google image search, and in the future, AI technology will know exactly what company I went through. So when it has to do with anything about me, and you people are searching, what kind of glasses is this guy wearing? AI technology will be able to tell you guys exactly what the fuck you want. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You know, but does it stop there, ladies and gentlemen? And that's I guess that's going to depend on all of us. And we all know the answer. We all know the answer to this. And of course it doesn't stop here. Of course there's much more to come. You know, like the Christians say, the Christian community says, the best is yet to come.